All right, so we're starting on this review 2, right? And it says, which of the following graphs is not a function? So if you have to tell through like, through a picture, it's super easy because all you have to do is just do something called a vertical line test. So draw your pencil, take your pencil, draw it, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna like hold it against the graph like this, vertical line. So look at my pen, vertical line, and go like this. That's a vertical line test. If it touches my pencil more than once as I do a vertical line along it, will it be a function? It won't be a function. So if I do it this way, pretend I have my pencil, go along, it'll only touch once. Same thing for B. It'll only touch once, right? If it touches 2 times, it's not. What about here? If I get my pencil and I go along it, how many times do you think it'll touch? Twice, right? So which of the following graphs is not a function? Which one is it going to be? My letter is going to be letter C. So it's going to be this one. Because if I do a pencil like that, it touches more than once. Not a function. That means that for every x, I get more than one y. Okay? So this one, for every x, I get more than one y. Remember, it's like the soda machine. I put in an x for my quarter, and if I get 2 different sodas or 2 different y's for that x, then it is not a function. So I'm going to look here, and I got an x of 1, but I get a 1 for y. Okay, let's take a look here, which is not a function. I also get an x of 1. That means that I just plugged in a 1, and I don't just get a 1 for my y, but what else do I get for my y? A 2, right? So when you see that, it's like, oh, okay. That means I plugged in a 1 in my little machine, and not only did I get a 1, but I got a 2 for my y, right? See that? That means it is not a function. So I got lucky, and it's this one. That's not a function, okay? Shh. So if you're writing notes with me, this one says find f of 5 given f of x equals 3x squared minus 5. So what this means is that this is my x value. So I just want to rewrite all of this so that it shows the x value that's there. This is called function notation. So instead of f of x, I'm going to write f of 5. Yes. Equals 3. And instead of x, what am I going to write, y'all? 5. And I still follow the equation. And it's got to be squared minus 5. Okay? So I got all this for question 3. I rewrote it. So according to PEMDAS, yes, question 3. So according to PEMDAS, Javion, what do I do according to PEMDAS? Okay. Shh. So according to PEMDAS, I work with parentheses. Okay. There's nothing in my parentheses. Then I work with my exponent, right? Which one has the what number has the exponent?
5.
The 5, right? So that means I'm going to simplify that first. Good. Okay, so 3 times 25. 3 times 25, which is what? Think about quarters. 75 minus 5. Good. And then you get the answer and you put it here. Yes. Yes. All right. So that was for question 3. Shh. Number 4. This is the one that y'all guys kind of sometimes got a little bit confused on. This is
All right,
f
good
of
morning.
x.
This is Dr. Willis. One more time, everybody can please check their rosters.
Okay. So this is x. This is f of x. F of x is a fancy way of saying y. So find f of x equals to 2. It says you're looking for x, right? You're looking for x, but it gives you f of x. It gives you the y. Y is negative 2. Good. Yep. If y is negative 2, then what's x? Maybe. Okay, so for this one, since I'm talking about my domain, am I looking for x's or y's? X's. Yep. Good. So I'm looking from what x is this graph to the other x. So this one, good, negative 4, and it ends at 3. Good. Right here. So interval notation means you just tell me from what number? Negative 4 to 3. Inequality is whenever you have this. Okay. Your x, from what x to what x? So you're looking, it's like you put like little walls on it. And the wall for the first x is at negative 4. And then the wall to end it is at positive 3. So the only thing is it cannot include the 3 because what's there? What do you see? The open circle. That's important. So if you need to write this, if you need to draw the robot boy thing, you can. What am I doing? Oh no. Okay. Yeah, if it's a closed circle, you use bracket. And if it's an open circle, you use parentheses. Okay? Because it goes from here to there. All right, so this one is range. What am I looking for, x's or y's? Y's. That means I start from the bottom y. Yep. And to the top y. What kind of 2? Good. But look at where that negative 2 is. Should it have a bracket or parentheses? Bracket. And at the 4? Parentheses. Yeah. Oh no, this is different. Oh yeah, you're right. This is inequality notation. So whenever you write inequality notation, remember we have all these go together. Okay. So the eyes should look like this. For this one, when you use brackets. And for this one, the eyes look without the equal sign. And then parentheses. Yeah, it's a dash line. So if I use a bracket, am I going to use the I that has the equal sign or the no equal sign? Equals. So that means that I'm going to go negative 2, and it can equal to the x, right? I mean, sorry, the y, because we're talking about range. And then the 4, and just this one, without it. Yeah, that's the sign that goes with it. Okay? And then the last number goes with this sign. So this is interval notation. This is just a different way of writing it. Inequality notation. You're saying my y's go from negative 2 and equal to that. It could equal to that negative 2. And then it can also go up to 4, but it cannot equal to that 4. Okay? Which parent function does not have the domain all real numbers? The domain. Logarithmic, linear. Linear looks like this forever. Exponential looks like this. Logarithmic looks like this. And then quadratic looks like this. So look at this. The arrows go forever this way. So is it quadratic? The domain, all x's. It's not quadratic. Log. Okay, well, let's look at exponential. All the x's this way, all the x's this way. It has the domain all real numbers. Linear for sure, all real numbers. So the only one is log. Okay? Because right here, there's that asymptote thing that we talked about. This one, describe how f of x translated to g of x. F of x is red, blue is g of x. How did it move? It went up 4, and then right 2. Okay, you need to know how to differentiate it. Because some of you guys, what you did, you said, oh, I went from blue to red. But it's actually asking from red to blue. You need to know what it means. Okay? And it translated how? Up and then over. And you got to tell me. So, oh, visually, you can say what it says visually. Yeah, algebraically, it's different. All right, let's see how many more we have left. Okay. How does f of x squared, f of x equals x squared, translate to f of x plus 3 minus 6? Yeah, you kind of got to follow that table. Left 3, good. And then down 6. It's kind of, you remember how you follow that? Yeah. And that chart goes the same for everything. If it's squared, if it's cubed, if you have a square root, it's the same thing all over. So if it's in like the H position right here, then it moves left to right. If it's in the K position, it moves up and down. But X's are what? Liars. They lie. No good liars. All right, this one, it has you fill in everything that you think it is. So what is the parent function name? What does this look like? Linear, quadratic, exponential. That one's a quadratic. So look for the word quadratic. And put that in blank 1. You got to type it in. Transformation. How did it move? Right 5, down 1. So, right 5, down 1. You type it in right here. On this blanks right here. Right here, right here. G of x is blue. What's the domain? The domain for quadratics is always all real numbers. Yep. Yeah, barely. All right. Look at my y's. Can I use all the y's? Can I use all of them? No, I can only use from a certain point until when? I can use from, what's the lowest y? And it says of g of x. What's the lowest y? -1. Okay. All the way up until, does it ever stop? No. So you're going to say -1. And if you look at the word bank, it tells you that you can use it in interval notation. So what you're going to do is, oops, I put the wrong things. I don't know why I did that. All real numbers. And then you can do, it's this one. Oh, and when you click on it, it does it for you.